Hello, Internet, and thank you very much for tuning into the Cloud Native FM podcast. And Richard, over to you.
Hey, hello everybody. This is the Cloud Therapist. I am live from KubeCon in London. I made it. I made it. Very
Awesome. That's
excited.
great. That's great.
I
And
found I
good.
found the Excel. I found the Excel exactly where I left it last time.
Awesome. Wonderful. So, Richard, do you know this? London might already have broken the all-time KubeCon
I
attendees
knew we would do
record.
it. I knew we would do
Ah,
it. Woohoo!
is according to the numbers, this is 12,500. I know there's a lot more than
12,000.
that, but it's
12,000.
12,000.
Yes.
It's been
It,
it's
and
been
it
awesome.
looks
It's
like
been
it, and
so
it
much.
looks like it as well. It looks like it. It's absolute chaos here. There's so many people walking around. I've never seen the Excel Center. For those who don't know where it is, it's in East London area. You kind of go with the Docklands Light Railway. You take the New Elizabeth line. And you get there. It's a massive exhibition center. There's actually two other shows going on here. So if you're interested in retail something and solar panels, there's another couple of shows as well going on. But we're going to be focusing on KubeCon and Cloud Native, definitely. But yeah, it's looking really good here, Same. There's a massive buzz going on. Lots of announcements and stuff going on as well. So it's been quite busy since this morning. And yeah, I just kind of made it the last couple of hours, which was fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. And you will be doing some field reporting duties in a minute. I
We will
know
be.
there's another field. Absolutely. And you will, there's other field reporter we have in the backyard as well. And also we have some guests lined up. That's already they're very
Woo!
excited to know what the companies have been doing this. And some of my favorite project we are talking about today. And I think if everybody knows me, they know what are my favorite projects are. But we actually founding the co-founder and the people behind this project. So that would be great.
Fantastic.
What's happening in the background is that. But just in a few seconds, in a few minutes, so CNCF will already publish a KubeCon Cloud Native Con Day 1 keynote recap. And as always, observability in the age of LLM. That's one of the keynote from the Christian Yan. Is a founder of Honeycomb, and
Ah,
and it's actually talking about some very good. I heard good news about this as well, but I think they actually showcasing the unpredictability that the LLM brings, and also the trick to bundle observability with evals so team can capture the good and bad at is happen and create system that evolve with the code. So now
fabulous.
we're shaping up seeing that LLM is now in the observability lens. Oh my God. We are actually getting this up.
It's getting
Uh,
everywhere. It's getting everywhere.
Absolutely. And just to keeping up some other roles, Vijay Samuel, principal MTS and architect at eBay, they spoke about AI enabled observability explainer. Once again, observability
Okay.
in the AI
Still
also.
in there, yeah.
And the Greg, yes, and the Greg Cora Hatman, Linux kernel maintainer, they spoke about Rust in the Linux kernel. Oh my God, that's
Wow.
very
Okay.
exciting to see. Another,
What's
I
Rust
think,
doing? We don't want any Rust in there. We want to keep it nice and smooth, the Linux kernel. Can't allow any Rust in there. Oh, that kind of Rust. Oh, I see.
oh yes, Rust. Rust is the
Yes.
main, I think,
Not the one
yes.
due to the elements. The actual language.
Yeah,
Got it.
yes, absolutely. And Esper Borg Nissan, developer relations engineer at Dash Zero, spoke about the observability platform engineering advantage from
Uh-huh.
zero code to monitoring as code. So they said we don't have a matrix problem or a tracing problem. We have a
Yeah.
system problem. And
Hmm.
yet many of us still treat these as separate entities. And we have one browser tabs for logs, another for metrics, and third for the tracing. And we are
Okay.
relying on human to correlate signal across them. And it's inefficient, it's error prone, and frankly, and it's not how modern observability should work. So
Right.
the keynote is all about observability. And now we have a very good guest. in the backyard. Tell us, living in some of the similar domains. He's been doing some wonderful job in this ecosystem. So together, Richard, let's welcome Jim Bagwadia, our CEO from the market
Hey,
and the maintainer of my favorite project in the CNCF, and that is. And if nobody know, if some of you doesn't know this project, this is a shame for you. That's all I can say.
check it out. If you
That
don't
how
know it,
much
check it out, guys.
Thank you,
absolutely
Sam. Thanks, Richard. Pleasure to be here.
awesome. Thank you very much. So, Richard, once again, we need to welcome our wonderful guest, our key player in the live stream, and that is Colin. Colin Griffin. Colin, can you hear us?
Hey, we can't hear
Colin,
you,
you're
Colin.
muted.
We can't
Go,
hear you,
go
I'm afraid.
ahead.
Oh,
Oh, Colin is still having some
can't,
issues in your voice.
can't, kind of, oh,
Uh,
no, having some problems.
yes. No worries. Colin, you can fix it in the background. I will back to you. Oh,
Cool.
good. So let's back to our Jim. Jim is from Kaiwarno, and we have so many questions. So Jim, before we ask any question, it's up to you. Tell us. You have did some session on the Contributor Fest. Right now, the state of the Kaiwarno, one of the very important project within the CNCF umbrella. Please tell us know what's currently been happening inside this wonderful open source project.
Absolutely. No, my pleasure. So, yeah, really excited to be here. Like Richard was saying, like it's amazing seeing all the folks here. Just the session we had this morning, I think we had about 1,200 people signed up for a single session. So
Wow.
about 10% of the KubeCon crowd, which is not bad.
Hey, that's very good.
We need to get to the other 90% next, like I said, Sam. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, Kyverno is an open source CNCF project created by Nirmata, which acts as a policy engine within Kubernetes, but also allows policies to be applied now everywhere, including CI/CD pipelines. So it works really well with other projects like Argo CD and Flux. And you can also kind of now apply cloud policies. So it becomes as that universal policy framework for platform engineers, for DevSecOps teams to build on.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Once again, Colin, can you still hear us? Can you talk to us, please?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Colin.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Wow, awesome, good.
I hope you can hear me. We did this yesterday.
So
It's the internet, I think.
Yes, absolutely. We
The
know
internet's
that
going in
because
and out. Okay, so I gotta find another. I gotta find another solution. I'm gonna go.
Yes,
find,
absolutely.
I'm gonna go find you, Richard. I think.
Yeah, I'm downstairs. I'm downstairs by the cloakrooms.
Good. Or Colin, can you go to the Inspector Gadget team? Might be there because they are in the next in our lineup. Good. Let's find that and we'll get back to you. Good. So Richard, because Jim is here and we are talking about supply chain security, policy enforcement. You work in the T system as well. I know you have some wonderful lens into this topic as well. So do you have any questions to Jim around this policy as code kind of a word?
Yeah, I'm not a sort of an expert in this space, but Jim, what's kind of where, and this might be a very simple question for you, but where do you guys kind of fall in with things like policy as code, so OPA, the open policy agent, and things like that? How do you guys kind of fit into that? How would you how would sort of again customers be able to kind of marry the two, if you like?
Sure. Yeah, so we are an alternative to Open Policy Agent. So Open Policy Agent, by the way, they just, in one of the keynotes, it's a 10-year-old project, right? Which started out more as a rules engine. I don't know if folks know, but they were part of a company called Nicira, which I started out with firewall rules. So it was a general purpose language that was then brought into Kubernetes to do, declarative policies within Kubernetes itself. Now, the challenge there is if you're a Kubernetes admin and if you spent, time and energy and resources learning about Kubernetes, this
Yeah.
is yet another thing to learn, to master, and to manage at scale. And if you're collaborating with developers and other teams, like your ops teams, they might not even know what these policies mean. So what
Right.
we did when we started Kyverno, which was about 5 years ago now, we took a step back and said, okay, what can we do differently? And the real question we asked is, how do we make policies very simple for Kubernetes admins? And how do we make it so that it covers the full life cycle of configuration management, not just validation, but also
Right.
mutation, generation, cleanup, software supply chain, everything, right? So
Mm.
how do we get to that state? And that's where Kyverno was born. And if you kind of look at the metrics, a lot of folks, of course, because there was no alternative at one point, it started with Open Policy Agent, but more and more we're seeing because of the broad use cases, like Kyverno can do cost optimization. Kyverno can do microsegmentation and multi-tenancy. Those sort of
Right.
things you just cannot do with Open Policy Agent. So we just see a much broader set of use cases.
Cool. Yeah. So you're kind of really going across the spectrum beyond the kind of the maybe the particular focus areas that the OPA sort of tends to focus on. And I think that's, I would say, and I'm sure you agree, but I would say that kind of makes it easier for customers because they're dealing with one platform rather than two or three or whatever to kind of do all that work.
Absolutely. And as a platform engineer, and we all know, like I think Kelsey said it best, right? Kubernetes is a platform for building platforms, not just, it's not an end product itself. But, from that perspective, before you can give self-service to developers, you need to make sure that there's operational best practices, there's auto generation of resources, there's many other concerns taken care of within your platform, within Kubernetes itself. So that's what our users are not security teams. They're platform engineers, they're platform admins building these next generation. Even for AI ML, like Siam was mentioning, the use cases there, we're seeing a lot of usage because 90% of the AI workloads are running on Kubernetes.
Right, cool. And just one other question from me, Jim. What's kind of customers been telling you when they've sort of been broken up to your stand today and the last couple of days you've been talking to? What's the sort of stuff that they're maybe some of the challenges that you guys are addressing for them? Typical use cases. But yeah, just kind of generally what they say to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the top three use cases tend to be, first of all, security, obviously, with things like pod security, software supply chain security, best practices in IG. But then cost optimization is always one of the top use cases. And Kyverno can do fine-grained resource optimization in cluster. So it's a very elegant solution which you can fully automate, and it plugs in with native VPA recommenders. And then the other use case we also tend to see is around applying policies early in the CI/CD pipelines, right? So the more you can shift left, or what we actually think of as shift down security, by moving security into the platform, you have optimization across multiple application teams, and that allows you to now give things like remediation. Like beyond Kyverno at Nirmata, we're building ourselves a lot of AI-powered features which give you these next set of use cases, etc. That developers, everybody wants self-service, of course, and you want to kind of be able to optimize how you get your work done. And those are some of the things we hear about and we talk about quite a bit with our users.
Cool. I was just going to, because I said that was my last question, but I have one more question because you hit on something which is kind of an area of interest for me right now, which is kind of the cost optimization and so on. So kind of never mind all the major discussions around that with cloud economics and FinOps and things like that. But Where are you guys, when you said that, where are you guys, or what kind of resources are you looking at to, to provide some metrics on for the users to be able to know how much they're spending or how much they're using and so on? Is that the kind of Kubernetes sort of layer in terms of the resources that typical Kubernetes cluster is using? I mean, it's obviously maybe not at the application layer because we've got other things at that layer. But is that kind of where you guys are sort of working to offer that sort of that sort of visibility?
It's a bit more foundational than that, Richard. So the interesting thing, so Kubernetes is great at standardization, right? So everything in Kubernetes doesn't matter whether you're running a database or an LLM or just a web service. Everything runs as a pod, and each pod has resource limits as well as requests. So what we do is we look at the limits and requests, and then we look at the usage across like the last week, the last month, the last 90 days, and can automatically either adjust those limits and requests based on policies, or we can report to the teams to say, hey, you've over-configured or under-provisioned or over-provisioned your resources, and here's where we recommend based on your usage in the last 90 days. Right, so it's very foundational. It's not just showing somebody. Showback is a great use case, but it's not enough, right? What's going to motivate them? How do they know what to set it to? So we're actually telling them what they should recommend. It's kind of like, if they want to go ahead and apply that, we can automatically mutate their resources and apply that in line.
Cool. Jim, I think you may have invented yet another layer of cloud economics. So I think Sam and I need to have a separate conversation specifically on this with you. I think that sounds really cool.
Yes, absolutely. And I think 100%. And I think one thing is a kind of a shiny here because the simplicity that Kyverno brings into the table is now the Kubernetes is adopting the same paradigm. Like the cell is a new language that built into the Kubernetes these days. People find out that if you write policies in different languages that embed those into your pipeline or something, there's a lot of learning involved into that. I really appreciate Kyverno's community to bring it this simplicity for the policies, because the policies are very important for me, because I don't want to forensic my cluster when it's actually in the production environment. I don't want my cluster to be having resources that doesn't belong to them. You should be having a gatekeeping to them. There's a lot of things you need to do, but thanks to Kyverno, we have so many simpler solutions into this paradigm as well. But Jim and Richard, we have another guest, and they live in a similar domain, but it's kind of a runtime security. And they have a tool called Inspector Gadget. So Qasim from Microsoft is now joining us. Qasim, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hello.
How are you people?
Good. So Qasim, we're having some background noise, little bit from your background, but it's good. We can hear you. We can hear.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to change the mic and let's see if it helps.
Okay.
Awesome.
You know the funny stuff? I'm sitting beside Jim. Like we're on the same
good,
level.
awesome. that is great.
So if your mic continues to have problems, just join Jim for a second.
Awesome, absolutely. And I think policy as code and runtime security should be together. They don't need to be a separate places.
Bringing us together, literally.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And Jim, while Qasim is actually setting things up as well. So what are some of the talks you are actually giving in this year KubeCon as well? And also today, like if you look at the today, if I want you to recap some of that stuff, because the cell is happening in the Kubernetes. Previously, PSP has been postponed. Then we have a cluster, I think, admission control or PSA, and then we're now moving into the cell, and now the Kyverno, and Kyverno is now beyond Kubernetes. That's the good thing. With support with some other kind of thing. So it's not just a one tool for Kubernetes. It's now expanding its adoption to other region of the CI/CD pipelining. So its place is evolving. So what's your key take on all of the talk that you have delivered, and look at the KubeCon keynote? What is the recap of all those things?
Yeah. So big fans of Cell as well, right? And we, in fact, the talk that I was mentioning earlier, right, which had about 1,200 people signed up and standing remotely across 3 rooms within the conference. We had Joe Betts, who is one of the authors of some of the Cell plugins into the API server, presenting with us, as well as Rita, who's from the Gatekeeper project, which is an alternative to Kyverno. So all three of us are talking about, the evolution of policy in Kubernetes and where we feel this is headed in the future. So the exciting thing is, as a community, we believe Cell is the best choice for standardization, but we have different approaches, different philosophies to what policy as code means, how it should be managed, who it's targeted for. And our focus, like I mentioned, is around platform engineering as well as, operational use cases for policy as code. So one of the things we did, with our toolkits is we have sort of made it also. We are taking the reporting function from this. We are looking at spinning that out into its own standard project, so even other policy engines can use this. But going back to Cell, Kubernetes and Kyverno is also now all in on Cell. We are able to generate validating admission policies automatically from Kyverno. So it really brings the best of both worlds. So for policies which should run in the API server, we can automatically enable that. But for policies which can run in a webhook for more complex policies, referential policies, other use cases, Kyverno will automatically fall back to the webhook approach for that.
Yes, absolutely. So, Colin, finally you are in the same table. Good. That's a very good bet you did. Oh, awesome. Great. Great to see you with both of the guys as well. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, yes, absolutely. Awesome. Thanks, Jim, for actually explaining this kind of stuff as well. And also, I think it's been great to see like there are more opinionated approaches as well, because I think Kyverno can be your player, can be a very good tool, because it's already been work with all of the cloud native existing tooling. That part I really like about it. You work with the Argo CD, then you build in add policies for the Kyverno, and that's where your whole ecosystem has been evolved. But I kind of gift you, and I ask is an open panel question. Jim, can I ask a question on runtime security as well? So Jim has actually been an author of one of the cloud native security white paper in the CNCF as well. So I know his knowledge has been super in this domain as well. So going back to the Kasim, let us know around little bit of, if our audience is very new to Inspector Gadget, let us know what this tool is all about as well. And also we did a workshop on Cloud Native Islamabad last year. So I know there's a lot of enhancement being made today to this project. So it's up to you, giving us some insight to, about the tool and what Microsoft has been doing in the Inspector Gadget space.
Cool. Thank you so much for the intro. Can you hear me better?
Yes, Kasim, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So Inspector Gadget is like a CNCF sandbox project. And what we're trying to do is actually do Kubernetes observability using eBPF. So eBPF is like, is a really hard technology, but we try to map it to like the low-level stuff. So for example, if there's any sensitive file is being opened on your Linux host, we try to map it to in which part it is being opened. So like being able to map this low-level stuff that's happening to like Kubernetes is something really, really powerful. And there is another use case that's really kind of big in security is like binary drift detection. In what we do is that if you have a container image that's kind of running a binary that has been modified, we are able to detect that. So we can tell you, hey, this binary that you're running in your pod was actually modified by someone. So, and we also then kind of in which part it's happening and all that stuff. So these are kind of bit of a security use cases, but Inspector Gadget itself is just like for Kubernetes observability. It's kind of allow you to build things on top of it. It's, I would say, like a eBPF orchestration or packaging solution, and then you can build on top like security use cases and stuff like this. And in the last year, what we have done is we try to make it a framework. So you can come up with your eBPF programs and then package them in OCI images, push them to registries, and then run it. So you can just like take inspector gadget, pick your use case, and then write a gadget for it, and then do whatever you want to do with it. So that's kind of what's been doing with the project and how it fits into the security picture.
Thank you very much, Qasim, for explaining this kind of stuff as well. Because currently, I've been involved with the Cloud Native Platform Associate exam within the CNCF. So one of the larger portion of the exam is covering tools like Kyverno and this runtime security tool as well. So we know how beneficial and how trustworthy these solution today are as well. And now back in the day, we're talking about experimenting these two, but now we see the enterprises is now leveraging this solution in their production environment. So how necessary that could be as well. But Colin, do you have any question to our guest, both from the runtime security and the policy enforcement, because you are in the same line, same table, I think, where they both are sitting?
I guess the first question is, can you actually hear me this time?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, the internet here. I don't know. Maybe we need better service mesh or something. So maybe these guys can help us improve the internet at the conference right now. No, it's just so many people. No,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, I definitely want to say thank you for Kyverno. It's been an incredibly valuable tool to our team, especially when we deploy into infrastructure that we likes to put arbitrary taints on things or does some other things that we don't like, and we can put rules in place and let Kyverno add those tolerations and some other things to make things work. So that's been a really cool project for us to implement. But I haven't seen Inspector Gadget yet. I was hoping to do a demo at the booth, but we didn't communicate well enough, I think.
Yes.
But maybe we can wander over there in a minute if the internet doesn't cut out again with our mobile our mobile setup.
Yes, absolutely. And Qasim, please correct me if I'm not wrong. So Inspector Gadget and Headlamp, do they have the same project pavilion? They were a different one. I see
we kind of booked like a same booth, so it's like at this same booth. So yeah, we're doing like safety, and like both the people are interested in both the projects are visiting us, and we're like kind of doing like split over there.
Awesome. Yes, Headlamp is also a wonderful tool, I think, in the UI space in the Kubernetes as well. I think it's been developing solely. So Richard, I know you have some question around Gen AI and the security and regulations in Germany. Today you're coming from the Gen AI summit. Yesterday you visit. So if you look at the policy and the security runtime space with the lens of AI, do you have any specific question? Do you think like these policy enforcement and runtime security should do to solve those challenges that the AI companies not actually adding more stuff to the table, but bringing more challenges towards us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay still?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, sorry. I think what's happening is as you move along this corridor at the Excel, the Wi-Fi keeps hopping you, I think, from one to another. Unfortunately, it's not very seamless, so seem to kind of be losing a couple of seconds as we hop along. But anyway, so I think the main conclusion for me from the Gen AI Summit, which I attended earlier, is the fact that we still have plenty of time to do things, because the enterprises are not in a rush to actually implement Gen AI at the moment. Most of them have POCs and pilots that are running for 12 months plus, as far as I can see. I mean, and the reason I attended this particular summit, which is happening at the same time as KubeCon London, because the fact was because there was a lot of actual enterprises, just normal companies that were actually presenting and talking about where they are, in their journey with Gen AI. So that was kind of one of the conclusions I got from there. Generally speaking, yeah, I mean, I have been seeing it. I don't know if the guys, Jim and Qasim, whether you guys have kind of, are looking at that, or that's the sort of thing that people have been asking you as well, at KubeCon. But certainly, I think it seems to be, the sort of thing that will come in. I don't know how it's going to come in terms of what the contribution will be, what the impact will be. But that's all, I think, all remains to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that, Richard, because we also see that it's early days. A lot of people trying different things. And there's certainly interest at policies, both at the data layer, at the infrastructure layer. And those are things we're looking at very actively. But there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of exciting things happening. So nothing sort of settled yet as a standard or anything emerging yet.
So I go back to the Qasim and then go back to the Jim again because I think Jim is also the co-founder of the Nirmata, and I have some question around what the company has been doing. I think it's been some wonderful solution they have internally, and I think tons of appreciation for the team. They have built down some very good solution around that as well. But the Qasim, could you let us know, like Inspector Gadget? I see other tooling is now incorporating the gadget ecosystem that you guys have developed. Like, let's say if you want to do some kind of runtime security, you have a gadget layer that you can look at it. What are the files you have been touching? What are the processes has been run? So there's a more and more use cases has been developing. Can you let us know which one of the use case based on your community interaction and now you actually in the KubeCon, you see a customer or the people are really interested in this one of the feature in the inspector gadget, and everybody want to have that feature in their environment?
Yeah, so I think in terms of in general, I think that it's like kind of, since it's observability, so there are big use cases on the like the troubleshooting side, on like people want to really debug their DNS and stuff. So, but one of the things I think we're really proud of is that Cubescape is using Inspector Gadget for their like to do everything related to eBPF, and I think that's really powerful. It's like a incubating project now, and then we also have a blog post on our website, like giving them shout out, like now they are incubating and how they wanted to have eBPF in their platform, like somehow do all the stuff I mentioned before, like being able to detect different stuff, and to incorporate a technology like eBPF in your own platform is complicated. And what we allow you to do is like being able to run these eBPF programs, package them, and like, there is little bit very complication on how you detect these things. You have to make sure you do good detection and all that stuff, and it's performant in sense that you can really, you don't want to do like trace everything on the host. You should be container aware and all those of things. So I would think that is the biggest use case, which I loved. So they like Cubescape is like one of the really big use case we have.
Yes, absolutely. I met with one of their team and they're mentioning the same thing as well. They have been using Inspector Gadget under the hood as well. And I think more and more, like I think I know there are other companies and other projects also using Inspector Gadget under the hood as well. And also I see there's another opportunity here. Like when you have a runtime security, you see things are actually been popping up and they have concern around it. Then you write a policy on top of the layer and they say this is has been some issues, real issues, and then you add policies on top of it and then actually restrict them to do some fancy stuff in the background as well. So I think that is really, I think we should how those two projects work together. But I go back to the Jim. So Jim live in the supply chain security space. They have a tool in the Nirmata doing some wonderful work in the supply chain security. They have some internal products. And Nirmata and Jim need to tell us, like, and congratulations to Jim because you recently raised some funding for Nirmata, I believe. It's quite been, I think, 1.5 months back. So there are tons of congratulations for you as well. But let us have a very quick overview of what the company is aiming for these days.
Absolutely. Yeah, so very briefly, Nirmata builds on top of Kyverno itself, right? So Kyverno, think of it as the policy enforcement point. So that is where the policies you program will be enforced either in your pipelines, your clusters, your cloud services. But Nirmata, we have launched a product called Control Hub, which is designed for platform teams who want to provide collaboration around policy as code. So to be effective with policies, you need developers, security, operations, all to agree on a policy, and then to be able to do things like manage exceptions, manage remediation, have centralized reporting. So all of those workflows are built in Control Hub. And of course, just like any other product line these days, more and more we're leveraging on Gen AI, other kind of new technologies to be able to give our users, platform engineers, superpowers with policy as code.
Absolutely, 100%. And yeah, I have looking at IR for a very long time, and I think in the journal phrase as well. Like I love your team is actually building some solution around that as well. So I think, what is your booth like? How people can talk to you in Nirmata? So what is your booth information? How do people can find this information?
Absolutely. So we have a Nirmata booth on the show floor, of course. So you can come find us at the Nirmata booth, or we also have a Kimono project booth, which is in the AM period. So if we're in the morning sessions, we will be here at the Kimono booth also tomorrow and Friday. So either booth, just come find us. We're all wearing red Kimono maintainer shirts, so easy to find. We'd love to chat with people and hear about their use cases as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So Richard is at the capsule booth. So Richard, before I leave our awesome, good, great. So Richard, do you have any final question for Jim? Because he's very busy. I know he has a lot of
No.
stuff. So
I'm gonna let Jim go. Like I said, I think we'll definitely have a further conversation with him. Jim, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Lots of really insightful stuff. So I'm really looking forward to kind of diving into that a little bit more with you. Hopefully we can do our talk together.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Siam and Richard and Alan.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Good. So I will hang Qasim for a minute because I have some question around Inspector Gadget. So hope Qasim will actually spend more time with us. So you are in the capsule project pavilion. So can you spot where is actually Inspector Gadget booth? Like Qasim, you give us an information. Might Richard visit and see who's there and talk about
Yes. I'm trying to find everybody that I know, all the names that I know.
So which one, Qasim?
It's P22. Like if you enter from the main entrance, it was like on the main one at the corner. It's a corner booth.
Okay, Richard says P22.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll try and find it. Okay.
Good. Awesome. So while you're finding, I ask more question around Qasim to some of the stuff as well. So Qasim, is there any roadmap, or somebody or some community members has send you some wishes that I want Inspector Gadget to have those capabilities? I know there are a lot of wishes people have, but is there a roadmap you guys actually publicly put out that people can see which one of the feature actually in the horizon or this landing soon?
Yeah, I think overall we wanted to have this image-based gadgets. Like that's the biggest feature, like in which you can write your own gadgets and then run them. And I think the main goal right now is to work on the stability. So that's kind of like the bigger issue, or like the bigger epic we're trying to address here, like to make sure that everything is stable across the releases. So I would say that is like we're still not 1.0, but we want to be 1.0. And there is like open issues in our GitHub, but we are trying to get there. So that's kind of the biggest goal, that we be 1.0 in terms of that. Like, and there are some feature set we really need to have. Like, we already have like a way, like when people run eBPF, they like these gadgets to be able to control which gadgets to run. We have the signing functionality. So the idea is that it's more stable. It's more kind of every kind of different APIs you have are stable. So that's kind of the main thing on the roadmap.
Oh yes, absolutely. I think this is the usual curve for the project. You hit some good user base, they're starting using it, they're solving their production environment, and then you need a stability and performance improvement in your project, because that's very important. Because right now the projects, some other project, those are in production, are using Inspector Gadget under the hood. So I know this is very important to have that information in that. So Richard, are you actually closer to Inspector Gadget booth, because they have a headlamp as well? I have some question for the headlamp as well, if we can able to spot those as well. But
Found it, guys. I think I found it. Can you see it, Kasim?
oh,
Yes, I can.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So it's
Sorry, yeah, on my screen it's a little bit bright, so that's why I'm not able to see it very well.
yes.
Yeah.
So Qasim, you are also on the duties for rest of the rest of the conference on Project Pavilion.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be like tomorrow is going to be a busy day for Inspector Gadget. We have like a talk on how to debug DNS at Azure booth at 12, and then we have like a Contrib Fest session at 2:15. So people who want to get started with eBPF and Inspector Gadget, they can drop by. So it's going to be like a busy day tomorrow.
Oh yes, absolutely. So Richard, seem like you are actually, for me, stuck. You're not moving anymore. So I'm hoping there are some issues on the internet. So right now, go back to the Colin. Colin, can you hear us? Colin is talking to someone.
Okay.
And Qasim,
I couldn't see the mouse.
Okay,
you hear me
okay.
okay?
I know. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw Richard stealing my thunder and going over. He was over at the Inspector Gadget booth, but when I went to the Inspector Gadget booth, nobody was there. So.
But it's full now.
It's all good. It's all good.
There's a whole bunch of people here, all talking. Look.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people here talking. Live on YouTube, say hi. Everybody's here. There we go.
Richard, can you ask someone from Headlamp to talk to us a little bit?
I can try and ask somebody, see if they're available. Just hold on.
Maybe I can.
Finally, Colin, you find it.
We're gonna get picture in picture.
Awesome, absolutely.
Oh, come on, Sam. I'm taller than Richard.
Trying to find somebody if they're free.
I think there's one guy. Oh my god! It seems like a very crowded booth. Oh my god! They have some.
Look who I found. Look who I found.
Oh my god! Oh, good.
We have no internet.
You're walking around with that laptop. This is all right, laptops. The ThinkPad, so that's good. Let me ask these guys here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Richard, you can. Colin, can you go to the backstage booth? Yes.
Maybe. They weren't super able to talk to us last time, so I hesitate because it's usually.
Let me. Yeah, I'm going to ask these guys. Just hold on.
What they can talk about. Let's see.
I think I found somebody from Headlamp. Same boat as your question.
Hello. Can you? What is your name? Like first, how do I?
So this is Will Case. Yes. And he's from Microsoft.
Awesome, good.
So, what questions do you have for him, Kasim? And same, what do you have? Any questions?
Oh, I have just one quick question, and that's around.
Questions are coming, so bear with me.
So what is the latest feature that you guys enrolled into the Headlamp?
Okay, here we go. What's the latest feature that you guys have enrolled into Headlamp?
So we have quite a few releases recently. You can find them on headlamp.dev, but we've had an update to our open cost, our Backstage plugin, as well as Minikube. And we also have an update to Flux UI, right? So if you go over to Flux's booth right now, you'll see the headlamp being used as your UI. And that's ultimately our goal for the community, to be able to take the other projects and their functionality and extend them into a user-friendly UI. So that's what you're seeing there with Flux, and taking advantage of really those GitOps, the strengths of GitOps.
Right, fantastic.
Yes,
And
and
if you kind of have to kind of explain Headlamp, what's kind of would be the sort of the elevator pitch for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So Headlamp is a fully open source Kubernetes UI, and you can think of it really in three ways. The first way you can think of it, it's a user-friendly UI that creates a single point of entry into Kubernetes. The other way you can think of it is that it's fully customizable. And like, as I mentioned, open source. So you can take Headlamp, you can customize it for your own org or your own company. And then you could really take advantage of some of those features built into Headlamp. And also, Headlamp is extensible, right? So it's an extensible UI. So we have partnerships with our community where you can essentially, like Flux, you can bring your own plugin, and you can extend that functionality and leverage the Headlamp, really the Headlamp functionality. And Headlamp is particularly good for really platform engineers, new Kubernetes users, and so forth.
Right, fantastic. Okay, can you guys hear me at all? Am I still there?
yes, yes, I can hear you,
Fantastic.
Richard. I can hear you.
Okay,
So
so
I think
so same. What other questions did you have?
no, I think it's perfect. I think just tell them that I really love the tool that the guy built out. I'm really, really. It's been getting my famous tool in my catalog these days
Right.
as well. So just let them
Cool.
know, like, we need to have a podcast with him or his team in the near future. Then that's we need to actually hang
Will
out
do.
with those guys.
Will do. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, Will. We'll talk to you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was Will and Headlamp.
Awesome.
That was fantastic.
Yes. I think Colin or Richard, one of you guys can find the AWS Open Search booth. If we can find out, if easier. One of you should stay in here in the Project Pavilion. Richard, you can stay in the Project Pavilion. And Colin, if you can hear me, if you can go into the AWS Open Search booth, that would be great, because we have some guys that
It's
may
Cilium,
actually.
guys. Site Surveillance, live on YouTube.
Hello.
I just spotted
Richard.
Cilium, so I had to say hello.
Awesome. Can you go to the Flux booth, Flux or Linkerd? If you find anyone first, you can go there.
Oh, you're
Linkerd or
really
Flux.
testing me now, aren't you? I'm barely finding people. You're really testing me now. Hold on, I gotta go find Linkerd. I did go past them actually. I did go past them. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've got someone we can talk to. You good? Can you hear me, Sam?
Yes, Colin, I can hear you. Awesome.
Awesome. I wanted to introduce Eric. He's with External Secrets Inc.
How's it going?
Good. Wonderful.
So delighted to be on your live cast here.
Yeah, he's being a beta guinea pig for us. Let's make sure you can see. So Richard is the cloud therapist. He's walking around. Normally you'd be able to see. This is Sam. He's with Cloud Native FM podcast. So I just wanted to highlight these guys because I think they're doing something really awesome. So everyone knows External Secrets, right? But Eric is tasked with trying to help commercialize and help support the External Secrets ecosystem by providing commercial support for the product as well as some enterprise things. And so I think we can ask him some tough questions about External Secrets.
Absolutely, Colin. I'm delighted to be here.
So Sam, Richard, do you guys have any questions about External Secrets?
I have used External Secret Operator ESO.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I
so we
really
have the
like
open
that.
source. Really like that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so we're the main sponsor with External Secrets Operator. Over 5,000 companies use it. Over half the Fortune 500. It's a fabulous way, open source, to get secrets in and out of Kubernetes, to sync them, to rotate them. What we've done is we built a commercial company called External Secrets. You can visit us at externalsecrets.com. And it's really focused around trying to provide full visibility and control of all your enterprise credentials and your secrets estate, which is right now really hard to manage. So we can hook up to over 30 different key vaults, whether it's HashiCorp Vault, Azure, AWS, Google, GitHub Actions, GitLab, CI. Take those secrets, but also give you full visibility of what's happening. When have secrets been rotated? When are they potentially being used in dev and prod? Because you obviously want to separate those things out, right? And then we can provide absolutely clear rotation of duplicates so that if you have secrets in multiple places, you don't break any process flows when you rotate them, but you're keeping that security up. So we're really excited about that and delighted to tell you and your viewers anything else you want to know.
Yeah, so what's the easiest upgrade path to go from, hey, I adopted this, we're running it ourselves, we really need to take it to the next level? Like, how do they get started?
Yeah. I mean, just visit us. We're trying to be the most customer-friendly enterprise company that we can. So just visit us at externalsecrets.com. We can chat with you. We can figure out what to do. I mean, one of the nice things with the enterprise version of External Secrets, we go far beyond Kubernetes. Obviously, we're still very much passionate about the Kubernetes community. In fact, we just released a new open source project, Revolver, to let you manage passwords in Kubernetes. So we're continuing to invest in the open source Kubernetes ecosystem, but we can help you with any sort of secrets, estate, credentials management more broadly through our commercial entity, which is also called External Secrets.
Do you have any favorite integrations with other open source projects here? Or any upcoming providers, maybe?
We're talking to a number of them that I think could be very exciting. And nothing to announce just yet, but definitely stay tuned.
Yeah, and one group that we just had on was Nirmata with Hiberno, and just wondering if you're seeing any overlap with policy management related to secrets.
Yeah. I think when you pass authorization to authentication to authorization, and you're looking at like what you need. I mean, it's all a very related landscape, and I think that's something where we want to be able to work with different partners to provide those authorizations as well.
Awesome. Same. Do you have any more questions?
No, I really love the tool. I really like what they actually been doing. I'm really hoping to have them back, to have them back and do a very full-fledged podcast with these guys.
That's okay. The internet's been very full-fledged podcast with these guys.
Maybe the internet.
All right, not sure, you're breaking up a little bit. Hopefully you can hear us okay. But...
Yeah, we'll go find a better spot, or I'll go find a better spot and let Eric go. Thanks, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Richard.
Yes, same. I found Linkerd.
Yes, can you speak to one of the guys and if they're anybody interesting to talk to us?
Yeah, both guys are busy at the moment. They seem to be talking, so I don't want to interrupt their conversation, but we'll see if they become free. However, we do have Capsule just down the aisle there. Capsule is just around the corner, so we can go to Capsule, and then let's see if Dario is free. I think he's demoing something at the moment.
He's one of the best persons in the demo.
He's a busy boy, Dario. We can see that. Yes, he's doing a quick demo to somebody. Let me just hang around for a minute and see if he'll be free. Oh, Prometheus is here as well, so that's good. Dapper, Argo CD, Helm, Porter, application definition development. Excellent. Okay.
Helm guy seems to be very busy, I believe.
The Helm stands?
Yes, absolutely. Helm 3.0, I believe they will be announced in later this year. That would be a great one topic to discuss these guys, what they actually been doing with Helm 3.0. Colin, can you hear me? You're muted.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't trust the internet.
Oh
Not
my
anymore.
God.
Can you hear me?
Colin, yes, absolutely. Colin, is it possible you can go to the AWS Open Search booth?
That one?
Yes, I believe. Oh,
We're
there's a
already,
name.
we're right there. Can you
Open.
hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Man, this is like really delayed. The internet's terrible. Let's see. I'll ask him. Sorry, I'm disappointed in the internet.
No, there's a joke. There's people running clusters in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're getting Zoom. But
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you can hear me okay now.
Yes, absolutely. You are not actually bluffering or buffering, nothing. It's look very stable.
They're very busy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to interrupt somebody. But I'm
Oh my
try.
God, yes, I can see it. Oh my God, this is super busy.
Still, oh, we're doing that demo in the background.
Yes.
So there's the open search. Maybe we need to just do a little bit. Well, I'd almost say we should do a tour, but my internet's gonna go out again.
Yes, that's the problem.
Don't worry, people. We'll
but make sure.
Solution tomorrow.
Yes, make sure we have some offline interview with these guys as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Dario's quite busy here on Capsule, so I'm going to walk around a little bit. I can spot Zesty.
Yes.
Zesty's been on the channel before, so
Okay.
just having a look. They look like they've had a rebrand.
Okay.
Zesty here. What else is here? Let's see if we can find some other folks. I did spot Enterprise DB.
Oh, hard.
Seem to be quite busy as well. EDB's here. Sonotide, Stormforge. Lots of people around the area.
Good. Richard, what is your favorite? What's your favorite project within the CNCF landscape? You can go there.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that one for a minute.
And Colin, what's your favorite project within the CNCF landscape?
Oh, sorry.
Is the text appearing backwards on my camera? Or can you see it straight? Okay,
straight.
Good. All right.
Straight.
Cool. All right. I'm just showing you the showcase map.
Oh, yes.
Then the Project Pavilion directory. This was what I was looking for.
Yes, Richard, can you check? Is there a GitOps project is here? GitOps.
K with a K. All right. Let's see. I don't see it yet. No.
Karmada, yes, Karmada is also a good one. Karmada is also a good one. But GitOps, can you look if there's anything on GitOps?
I don't see it. I don't see a GitOps on there.
Oh, good.
No GitOps.
I wish they have. No, so that's sad. I wish they have. They have been doing some very cool project.
Rook,
open
Spiffy, Thanos, Vitesse. Wasm Cloud is here. I think definitely going to talk to Wasm Cloud.
Yes, good. Yes, they have been very interesting. If you find them, you can go there.
Yeah, I think they're actually around the corner. They're not too far, so I will have a look in a minute.
Oh, good, Richard. You are actually live debugging and live inside.
Our crossplane is here. I don't know if Victor's around. Probably not.
Yes, I believe they
probably having a beer somewhere.
Yes. If he's there, there's so much crowded there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're actually, the pavilion is really busy, I have to say. I mean, not busy as in kind of lots of bodies around, but everybody who's actually at one of the kiosks is actually being, they're talking to someone. So,
Yes,
yeah. Okay,
absolutely. So I
Linkerd
think
seems
like
to be free. Do you want to talk to Linkerd?
yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let's see if we can catch somebody at Linkerd. Are you guys Linkerd? Are you on Linkerd? Okay, so live on YouTube. Okay, so guys, what did you want to talk about with Linkerd? And I'll relay the questions.
So first, let them ask like, we know that there's so much the stuff happening in the ecosystem as well. Just
Yeah,
just tell them what is the current uh, 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 current state of the Linkerd. What is the current state of the Linkerd, and how this actually because there is some sidecar less approaches in the
yeah,
ecosystem, and there is a eBPF approaches exist in the ecosystem. So what's been
sure.
how Linkerd been looking at these spaces as well?
Okay, cool. All right. So first of all, just an intro to you, Joe, if you don't mind.
Yes, I'm Joe. I'm a solution architect with Buoyant. I've been with the company now for a few months. And yeah, this is my first KubeCon with Buoyant. I'm really enjoying it. I'm talking to a lot of customers about things like multi-cluster, mesh expansion, and just, yeah, all things service mesh.
Fantastic. And Joe, just kind of a quick elevator pitch on Linkerd, just kind of an intro for our audience as well.
On Linkerd? Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we're a service mesh. We've got a purpose-built Rust data proxy that we inject into workloads. Data proxy is written in Rust, control plane, super simple setup, 5 minutes, 10 minute setup. You annotate your workloads or your namespaces, and then restart your workloads, and you're good to go.
Fantastic. And what's kind of the latest developments on Linkerd? What have you guys kind of been up to?
So we're about to release 218. It's got a number of new features. We're adding things like Windows support, some multi-cluster improvements. So we're finding customers are deploying more and more clusters now, and they want to be able to federate services, bring them in together, interconnect them. And so we're making improvements in that space. We have a lot of customers asking about Hazel, one of our enterprise features, which is a high availability zone load balancing, where if you're deployed in one of the hyperscalers or any cloud that charges for like cross-zone traffic, then we're able to keep that traffic in the same zone. It's a bit like topology-aware routing, but a little bit better, adding some features to it. And so we're adding some features to that, whereby at the minute, the parameters for Hazel are set at the cluster level. We're making that a little bit more granular now, where we can do it per service load bands. So we're making huge improvements there. And yeah, there's a few more as well.
Fantastic. So this whole kind of service mesh space has had some sort of changes recently. So with the advent of things like eBPF and so on, there's other solutions there. So just kind of wondering how Linkerd is kind of positioning itself now with those sort of other alternative options being out there as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few alternatives. I mean, we're still obviously IP tables based. We have looked into eBPF. I'm pretty sure William Morgan, our CEO, has written a few blogs and some marketing material around eBPF and why we've not chosen to go down that route. I definitely recommend going checking out those blogs for a bit more information on that. But yeah, we're still on the IP tables path.
Fantastic. Okay, Joe, thanks very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, so that was Linkerd.
Oh, good, awesome. Now, Richard, we need to track one of my favorite project once more. That is Flux. Are they here? I know their booth might be crowded, but can you check is
Who's that?
anybody?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Flux GitOps.
Flux.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll need to find them. I'll have to go back to the directory, so I need to find them. You keep talking for a minute.
Oh yes, absolutely. So Flux is one of my favorite tool in this ecosystem. I think it's quite a bit of learning curve in terms of they have some very good flags these days to configure in a multi-cluster setup, and it's always been a very good if you have to have more customization option and some very advanced features.
Sorry to interrupt you, but are they in this pavilion area or somewhere else? Do you know?
I believe they are the Flux is a graduated project. So I'm assuming they should be having a project pavilion booth somewhere.
Look who I spotted. Look who I spotted.
Oh.
It's Cheryl, guys. Right, good. We'll catch up with you later on. Bye. Cheryl from ARM. That was Cheryl Hung from ARM.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. So I don't know if they're here. I don't know if they're in the pavilion or somewhere else. I need to maybe look at the directory again. Hold on. Let me see if I can spot anything at the directory. What was the name of the project again?
Flux.
Just Flux?
Yes.
The Flux? Yeah, so
Flux.
just the Flux. Okay. Yes, they're here. 7B. Okay.
7B.
Okay, I need to find them. Let's see where 7B is on this map. Okay. 7B. Okay, we'll try and find them. Okay, I'll see if I can find Flux. Pavilion, yeah, they're in the pavilion. Okay, cool. All right. I'll see if I can find them. I can see Argo from here, but not Flux yet. But we'll keep looking. We'll keep looking.
Yes. So Colin, while Richard is actually searching for the Flux, it's been a very crowded project pavilion. I haven't seen them in a while. Like, it's been crazy.
It's a
like
great show this year. They have tons of spots, and a lot of people are sharing booths too. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. We are perfect.
Awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
I spotted Flux.
Yeah, there's a ton of great projects. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Richard.
Sorry, I'm just saying I've just spotted Flux, so I'll see if anybody's free there. Same, what was your question for them then?
I think if you check Stefan Pradhan is here or not, and then I have some questions. First you check because he's one of my friends from the Flux. But there are some questions we definitely be asking. Can you ask them like Flux? Flux recently added some new feature like ephemeral environment with your PR. So we can definitely ask those questions. Oh yeah, Colin, David is here. Colin.
Yeah.
I spotted
these guys. Yeah,
I spotted David.
We got a double live stream going.
Yeah, here. Let me get my. Let me pass my microphone around here.
Hello, David. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you can talk with that. Can you hear them? It's still a beta test, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you took your badge and stuff off.
Oh, I didn't.
You went incognito.
That's weird. I think I've been in here since I put my sweater on. But I just want to be clear that it didn't stop me.
There you go. So we got David and Don.
Wonderful to see. Wonderful to see, David. It's absolutely. So, David, what's your favorite project in this project pavilion? We'd love to visit there.
Favorite project of the project pavilion?
Yeah. Here, right?
Yeah. What's your
favorite project?
Favorite project in the project pavilion?
I haven't looked around. I mean, anything WASM related. It's true. It's cognitive build packs, and they're both together now.
Is SpinCube here too?
Don't know.
I don't
care.
WASM, I think
they have a list
the
of all
WASM
the
crowd have a
projects.
booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Oh, it's someone I need to go see, actually.
All right, I'll take it away from you.
What's that?
I said I'll take it away from you.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you meant like
So,
right now.
David, I think
I want to do that before.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No, it's okay.
forcefully.
It's okay.
before David,
Oh gosh, my
Before
favorite. I'm a little biased. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm
There's
saying
a little bit of a
before-
delay.
I think before both guys leaves, some of them, I think both of you or three of you are also in the Platform Engineering Con. You actually been there. Can you give us a quick recap about what you heard yesterday?
Yeah, David has like 42 talks at Platform Engineering. Yeah, tell us your topics.
My topics were go-to-market for internal go-to-market for platforms. And the second one was kind of a readout on the research that we've been doing in the working group. So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, how many people have you interviewed so far?
6.
Is that you personally, or is that the total?
No, I've personally interviewed like 2.
How many more? Like how many more are we going to do in the coming months?
That's a little up in the air. Depends on whether or not our working group chair can motivate people to.
I feel attacked.
But seriously, I mean, we do have to figure out where it fits in the scheme of things, the new scheme of things.
Yeah.
Well, Richard has found.
Hey. Well, I'm good. I'm sorted. I'm just fine.
So,
Look at this.
David, I can introduce you to Richard. Richard is a cloud therapist YouTube host, and now he's a CTO.
Hey guys.
He's a very good person to hang out on the platform engineering stuff as well from his customer base.
I can't make
Yeah, Richard, you've got to switch to selfie camera.
I know. I'm switching now. I am switching now. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you can see me.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sam, can you guys repeat the question?
Yes, I'm just saying, like for David, I think that's right. I previously introduced Richard and he talking about some of the platform coffee chat they've been doing. So I asked Richard, when David is here, you definitely need to give us some coffee chat because the both guys have some wonderful background in platform engineering stuff. And Richard has recently write an article on some of the platform engineering thing as well, and that it's similar to what are the research we have been doing on in the platform working group that had night to see. Oh, this is I'm forgetting the name. Hello, how are you?
What's happening?
I think Richard's not like.
This is project.
Yeah, Richard, can you go for a sec?
What are we doing?
It's a live stream.
Okay, bye.
Oh, come on.
No, what's live stream about?
They're doing like kind of like on the ground, KubeCon, walking the floor,
Oh,
War room, letting people that are outside see what it's
Oh,
like.
that's
in
nice.
and stuff like that.
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Can
it's
you get
okay.
ready for Cube Crawl?
Uh-oh. That takes a lot of prep.
Yeah, no.
Prepare our bodies.
I have a self-made dress that has it's a coat dress ready for every dress code.
Well, the thing that I want to know, though, before you go, is do you have a show this week? Or have I already missed it?
Had a show 3 weeks for 3 weeks. I had my last show on Sunday before I came here.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I was a knight. I had a beautiful little mustache.
Can you tell us about what's happening with Media Platform and their commitments?
So Media Platform have a platform-focused conference in Milan end of May. Platmosphere, a great name. I'm gonna host it, so it's gonna be fun. I also always wanted to go to Milan, so that's also fun. You should all come. You should all come and hang out. Yeah, great. Oh, there's like a tennis court too.
Yeah. See, this is the live stream.
They do.
In person too. Yeah. Because you can't find anything. It's so big.
It's so big. It is so big. But the good thing, like this layout, is that it's a long hallway, right? So you do tend to run into everyone at some point. It's not super like distributed.
Right.
All right. I'll catch you later.
Thanks for stopping in.
Good to see you.
We're figuring this out.
Okay. Will you, Richard and Colin, can you able to play tennis today?
No. I wouldn't dream of getting sweaty. No.
And Richard's son is a tennis player. So Richard
He is.
might have
He'd have loved this actually. He'd have really enjoyed this.
Maybe he has good genetics.
yeah.
Maybe.
Richard, can you
From his grandfather. He takes after his grandfather, I think.
It skipped a generation.
Yeah,
Richard, can you hear too?
So I got screwed.
So Richard, have you actually find out WebAssembly Cloud?
Sorry, Saim, can you repeat that?
I'm saying, did you able to find out the WebAssembly Cloud?
I can't hear you. Can you repeat it again?
I'm saying, did you find the WebAssembly Cloud booth?
You keep jumping me around. You wanted to see Flux, and I found you Flux, and you wanted me to find you. Those
Yes,
other,
I think.
okay, I'm gonna see if I can find them. Hold on. I did go past them earlier, so I'm gonna find them. I'm just walking around showing some of the other areas. I can see Picona as well. Say hello to Picona. Let me say hello to Edie.
Yeah, I think he can. Here's a
Let me say hello to Eden.
Hello.
Hello.
Here we go, Picona stand, guys. Live on YouTube. Say hello.
Hello.
I'll come back and see you.
Richard, say Everest is the best. Everest is the bestest.
I'm not sure that will go down very well. I'm not sure.
What?
Okay. So who did we want? Wasm Cloud. Okay, let me see if I can find Wasm Cloud.
Plug this in.
Oh look, Wasm Cloud. Just here. Found them.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Awesome.
Where's Wasm Cloud?
Okay, they're having a conversation at the moment. Like I said, all the pavilion guys are very busy right now.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see if we can able to find an opportunity to talk to them because they have some very good. I know.
Yeah. I definitely want to talk to them as well.
Billy Hayes, I know their team. I will check like if she's there that we might be willing to talk to us.
I saw Dario's going off from Capsule, so I'm not going to catch him now.
Yeah.
He's just
yes, make sure we have some offline interview with Dario, so we can check what the things are as well. But Colin and Richard, we are past 1 hour, so I want you. I don't want to hang with us so long because tomorrow we're having some duties as well. But Colin and Richard, I want you to have some pre-flash interview with some of the folks in the project off the line that we can later post and tell our viewers about what they actually doing, what the project status are. That would be a very good topic after the KubeCon as well. So I will hang with as well. But before I want you to both leave, one by one, you need to recap what actually you have seen so far. We have seen 12,500 people in here. That's a lot. How many people? And tomorrow you need to tell me what is the one area that everybody wants to talk about. I wish there isn't AI. I'm hoping there isn't an AI. That one topic that everybody wants to talk about it's not an AI. And I need to know something else that everybody wants to talk about.
Yeah, I think for me it's going to be focusing on cost management. So anything around economics. We saw from Jim today that he's kind of from the master, they're kind of adding some other elements to it. So that's really interesting. That's something that we need to actually explore a little bit more. And also the probably the WASM cloud area as well. I think that will be definitely an area that I want to kind of be talking about, and WASM in general as well. Maybe we'll find some more projects tomorrow and have a chat with them. So I think that will be really useful. So those are the two I want to focus on.
And Colin, how about you? Give us a, because you are actually here for the last 2 days. You have been monitoring most of the activities. We have seen Project Pavilion is very crowded. Even the keynote was very full crowded. We've seen 12,500 people. Tomorrow is your job is to explain what is the one area that actually everyone gathers the most interest out of it. But give us a very quick recap because now we're wrapping up with our audience. Like, if they are here, what are they missing to not be at the KubeCon? That's a very good question to ask right now. What people who are not at the KubeCon, what are they missing?
Sorry, can you mute Richard real quick and then ask the question again?
Oh, yes,
It's coming
sure.
through with like it's really.
Yes,
sorry,
I know.
there we go. So much
Awesome.
better.
Thank you, Michele. I'm just saying, like, you need to recap the last 2 days you have been here. We have seen very crowded space. Like, we not usually see so much crowded in the Project Pavilion. It's been packed. We've seen that. Even though the keynotes are super packed, 12,500 figure, we already see. If somebody's not attending, not in here, they are missing. What are the first few things? What are they missing from this conference? And give us some very quick recap.
Yeah, I think the thing they're probably missing the most out on is connecting with all the project maintainers directly and the other people that are doing actual implementation and things with Kubernetes. There's a lot of people here that are focused on how do we do work better in this community in the CNCF. So the first day we were here was the Maintainer Summit, and a super large crowd. I don't remember the numbers that they mentioned this morning.
350.
That was amazing. Yeah,
Good.
but the other thing, you don't get the opportunity to get lurked on like you do if you're here, obviously. But yesterday also the co-located day. I mean, I think they had 10,000 people at the co-located day, which is did they announce the final numbers for what KubeCon proper is?
Upwards 12,500 and up.
Yes.
They didn't actually announce the actual numbers, but they said over 12,500
Yeah.
people in attendance. But the co-located day yesterday was the biggest I've ever seen it. I thought it was a main day conference.
Yeah, it's just been incredibly crowded. There's just a ton of energy, but it's just a lot of people that are here to get work done and work together. So if you're missing out on the connectivity, really, at the end of the day, just the human part of this. So I'd say get here in person if you can.
100%. And I think tomorrow both for Richard and you, I want you to work on find some new companies, and we can actually ask some question that we actually me and you we actually on the platform working group we have been for a very long year. We have been trying to find out those research questions. So I think this is a good chance for us to talk about those questions as well.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I will
I know
want
we
you
have
to.
an amazing plan lineup too.
Yes, absolutely. And tell a little bit about, I think we should having a tag booth in the conference as well. And if somebody wants to visit those as well, give us a very quick information around it. Because tags are very good place to be in there.
Could you repeat the question?
It was warbly again.
Oh, sorry. I just muted Richard for just echoing of the noise. So sorry for Richard for that. But I'm just saying, like,
We need push
there
to
are
talk for Richard.
there are some tag booths as well. Some that's particularly related to work that we are doing in the CNCF space. Somebody's actually might be later viewing this live stream, and they're not familiar with the tag. We need to give them this information, how they find those people in the tag.
You can take it.
No, yeah, that's great. So, the how you find the tags is a great question. It's something we've been trying to work on within working with the TOC, with the Technical Oversight Committee, to do so. One way, of course, right now is being on the ground here, but if you're not, each tag is listed in the TOC repo. So if you go to github.com/cncf/TOC, the tags are listed there. And each tag has its own blog and subdomain, which is unfortunately you can't find any links to it from the main CNCF site. but they do exist. So for example, tag app delivery is tag-app-delivery.cncf.io, and you'll find all the meetings. You'll find all the notes from previous meetings. You'll see all the working groups, including platform working group, and you'll be able to kind of navigate from there and be able to see everything that they're working on. So that's something that's been brought up as part of the Maintainer Summit. How do we more broadly communicate and message the work that the technical advisory groups do? Because everyone knows about the projects. Everyone knows about the project namespace, the project landscape. Everyone knows about the TOC and the end user board and all that. But no one knows very much what the technical advisory groups are doing and how they support the projects and support the end users. So if you can get involved and you have certain projects that you like, let's say if you like Helm and Argo and Flux, or if you like WASM, or if you like special operating systems, there is a tag for you. And they always are looking for people to help contribute.
Yeah, one of the contribution area is a really important piece of that. One thing that people struggle with is feeling like they have a way to contribute to the CNCF if they're not already deeply involved in a project. And the best way to get involved with the CNCF is to find a tag or one of the community groups and begin contributing there. From there, that's those groups' responsibility to funnel you or help you find a way to get more deeply involved, or even maybe become a Kubernetes maintainer. But starting at the technical advisory level is a great way to bring your expertise to the table, but also bring your unique challenges and surface some things and highlight things in the projects that you need solved for yourself even. But joining a tag is a great way to do that. That's how we got started as well. And I'd encourage anybody else to follow that path too.
Yes, absolutely. Because I think Tag is doing some wonderful work in the white paper, not in the cloud native AI white paper, cloud native security white paper. We have wrote platform working group white paper as well. So I think there's people need to know this stuff. I'm actually being very frustrated sometimes because some people doesn't know that this exists. That's make me very sad. Like, why doesn't there's so much stuff in here that
oh no, did we lose our host?
We might have
lost our host. Richard.
I think we did.
You might have to go on an adventure and come find us while we wait for Sam to come back.
Whereabouts are you?
We're at Tag App Delivery. So if you head back toward the it's P11A basically. It's crazy. It says P tag A. Do you see that? It's like a whole separate. Oh. It doesn't even really have a number.
I didn't see that. I didn't see the key numbers.
Show us where you are. And
I see the follow sign. Yeah, so go ahead. Yeah, walk to the back. So look for back where they had lunch. We're all the way in the back.
Yeah, go the other direction. Go away from the Soho sign.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're near us. Where are you at?
Okay, I'll see if I can find you.
360 or 180. Do a 180. Sorry, you're fine. You're not on camera. Don't worry. Sorry. Yes, come back this way. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, guys,
see a loading spinner. Is he?
that's why this is
back. Sounds like a robot.
I think there's high availability because we all have
Your mic is not very good. We can't hear you very well.
Yeah, your microphone is awful.
You're saying the podcast is actually high availability mode, so we don't need to worry if some of them drop us out. But good. So Richard, let's do a recap of the today, and then we wrap up. And oh my God, you are here back again. Richard, can you unite with Colin? So we do a proper recap of today.
Richard, come join us.
Richard, come join Colin.
Yeah, we can just get on the camera. Man, it's tougher than it looks, folks. It really is. Yeah, it really is hard.
Shout out to audio video engineers.
Right. This is not for the weak. Yeah, you can come on. And I have these are multiple mics. We can just pass the mics around. We're good. Yeah, easy,
That's
there you
good.
go.
That's good. Wonderful. Now now you need to do a proper recap of day 02 because now you all together. So it's now, Richard, do a conclusion of the day 02. Also day 1 and day 2 as well, like what we had heard and all us kind of stuff as well. And also wonderful shirt you are wearing.
Well, yeah, it's kind of the first day here for me, so it's been quite interesting just kind of getting ready for the for the live stream and everything. But yeah, it's always good to kind of be back into KubeCon. This being in my hometown, I thought I'll try and make it this time, right? So yeah, so here I am. But yeah, I think I'm looking forward to all the other conversations we're going to have. Like I said, my main focus is really on cost management, cloud economics. That's kind of the area that I want to really focus on, and also around WASM, really certainly talk to WASM Cloud. Catch up with Dario as well, which we didn't get a chance to do today. I think he was quite busy, but we'll try and catch him tomorrow. We know where he is now, so we found him. so that's all good. But yeah, those are, I think, the two main themes for me for tomorrow, and then see what other announcements we can catch as well. So yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome, wonderful, great. Thank you very much. So, guys, we're wrapping up. Thank you very much for today, your time. I took you 30 minutes extra. Sorry for that. But tomorrow, I still believe there's so much more than today. So we definitely want to have some booth visit here. We ask questions live. If I can grab some audience question, I definitely want to add those as well because I think there's a lot of interest these days around this topic as well. Thank you very much, Colin, Richard, as always, for your wonderful duties
and Dylan,
field reporter duties as well. And finally, the internet and everything works very smooth at the very end. At very end of the podcast.
If we stay still,
yeah.
If we stay still, it doesn't get upset.
Movements.
Yeah.
Awesome, great. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Have a great KubeCon. Bye, everyone.